Okay, my friends, I know we've already read this book, but we are going to reread it today because, as I said in my video this morning, we are going to learn about the life cycle of a butterfly today, this week. So, the title of this book is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Did you know that a caterpillar turns into a butterfly? So let's read this book and then we're going to do a little activity together. So The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. There's the words again. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Eric Carle is the author and the illustrator of this book. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. So I want to show you the little egg. There's the egg, and it's laying on a leaf. So there's the whole picture. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. So first he was the egg, and then the caterpillar hatched out of the egg. So there's the sun. He started to look for some food. So first he was an egg, and then he was a caterpillar, and the caterpillars eat and eat and eat. So let's see. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomachache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Now, before we move on, I want to point out, so remember that started off in the beginning of the book as an egg, and then he hatched into a tiny caterpillar, and the caterpillar eats and eats and eats, and see what happens to him? He doesn't stay little anymore, he grows big. And then when he is big enough, he builds this house called a cocoon. Other books that we read this week about butterflies will call it a chrysalis. A chrysalis is another word for this building, this little house that the caterpillars build around themselves. So he stays inside there for quite some time. He stays inside, this book says, for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. So when the caterpillar goes into his chrysalis or his cocoon, he's what's called a pupa. And when he's a pupa in there, he's also making some more changes. And the changes The word for changes that he goes through is a big word. It's called metamorphosis. Can you tap that out with me? Metamorphosis. So it's got 5 beats to it. Metamorphosis. It's a big word, and it means a change. So the caterpillar goes through a metamorphosis and becomes a butterfly. So we're going to take a second to knock over the things I have on my table. Now we're going to take a second to look at these cards that I made. I made some life cycle cards. I'm going to shuffle them all up so they're not in any particular order, but we're going to look at them. Here I've drawn a picture and it says chrysalis. Chrysalis. So remember, a chrysalis is the home that the caterpillar builds around itself and it stays inside of for about 2 weeks. This card here, as you can tell from my picture, is a butterfly. Butterfly. There's a B. Butterfly. This is a picture of a caterpillar. Caterpillar. And this is a picture of an egg on a leaf. And it's a different kind of egg. This is not the kind of eggs that we eat, that we buy at the store and eat. Those are eggs usually that a chicken lays. But this is a different kind of egg. This is an egg that a caterpillar, that is going to grow into a caterpillar. So here's these cards. Do you remember which comes first in the life cycle of a butterfly? Which one of these things happens first? Do you remember? Is it the chrysalis, the butterfly, the caterpillar, or the egg? Which comes first? If you said egg, you're right. So I'm going to put that one right here. I don't know that that's going to stick there, so I'm going to use my closet door. The egg comes first. Do you remember which comes second? Which happens next? What happens after the egg? Is it the chrysalis, the butterfly, or the caterpillar? Do you remember what happened? What popped out of the egg? If you said caterpillar, you are right. I'm going to put that up here on my closet door next to egg. So first came the egg and then came the caterpillar. Do you remember what comes next in the life cycle? We have chrysalis, which in this book they called a cocoon, or butterfly. Do you remember which comes next? If you said chrysalis, you are right. These are not sticking here. I'll have to get some tape to put up here. First we had the butterfly fell on the floor. Then we had first we had the egg fell on the floor. I'll have to pick it up here. Okay, we're in business now. So first we had the egg, then the caterpillar, then the chrysalis, which means last in the life cycle of the butterfly comes the butterfly. And then you know what's really neat? The butterfly lays eggs and the cycle starts all over again. So the butterfly will lay new eggs, and out of those eggs will hatch a caterpillar, and the caterpillar will build a chrysalis, and out of the chrysalis will come a new butterfly. It's called a life cycle because it keeps going on and on and on. So, all right, guys, we will read more butterfly and caterpillar books throughout the week. Hope you enjoyed this.